it's Larkin. So, stage 5 of burnout. This one is work is my BFF. And what I mean by that is this is really where your core values come into play and your core belief systems. And that really is the foundation of our lives. That's what propels us forward in kind of where we want to go and where we see our future. These values can evolve as we transition through different stages of our life, and that could be college, marriage, parenthood, midlife, divorce, and retirement. So it's natural and necessary for our values to shift during these times. Regularly assessing and realigning our values is really essential to support the life that we aspire to live, especially as aspirations and circumstances change over time. Stage 5 of burnout is when we reevaluate our personal values and beliefs and we start skewing them to match the overarching value of work. So, examples of skewing values to fit work would be dependability. So, when your phone rings at work and it's your wife or your kids, you don't pick up. When your colleague needs you to pick up the slack on a project, they count on you to get it done. Adaptability. Babysitter cancels and you have a complete meltdown. Get upset. No one's reliable anymore, dependable these days, and the whole night's ruined. But at work, you volunteer to help with a task that's outside of your normal job description. Being supportive. Your spouse wants to try a new career avenue, and you give her all of the reasons why she shouldn't go that route, and why she's not qualified to do so. But at work, maybe you have an employee that wants to change departments, and you write them a accommodation on why they're a perfect addition to a new team. So when you're at stage 5, everything revolves around your work environment, and you start filtering out everything that's not work. Work is now a priority. Your life is work, and what used to be your life is on the back burner. So that means, in addition to everything else, you're now not really talking on social media. You might be scrolling through it, but you're not corresponding with friends anymore through it. The only people you really correspond with are probably professional profiles. So that on LinkedIn or any other professional websites. You probably, even if you're unhappy in your job, maybe you updated your resume. So anything that actually revolves around the work world is where you're at. You might be trying to reach out to other people in your profession to make contact with, so that you could be socializing with them, but it's to get yourself on um, a higher platform with them, to put your name out there to other colleagues. It is not to actually make friends with people, it's to boast yourself. So that's where you're at when you're at stage 5, is really changing your value system. Um, is putting the horse blinders on, and everybody else is now tuned out. So when you find yourself at that place, the revision of values and having work as your BFFF, to get yourself out of that spot, if you can relate to that in any particular way, try to sit down and identify what are your values at this point in time. Are you skewing them to have the hierarchy of work? And if so, how do you not skew them to have the hierarchy work? So if you are not picking up the phone, next time you have somebody call you that and you're at work, pick up the phone. If your spouse calls you and says, "Can you pick up the kids at school today, or so and so is sick, and can you get them at school today? You need to be the dependable one and go do that. Um, Try to have one small act each day that aligns with a personal value that doesn't align with work necessarily. And that's a way to try to snap yourself out of the hierarchy of being work and more or less realigning your values with the goals that you set for yourself outside of work. Personal values, while you should put them on display at work, values should be the foundation to get you where you want to be in life, not just at work.